Welcome to Centennial Tech, the podcast that helps seniors navigate the ever changing world of modern technology. I'm Chris, and I'm joined by my co host.
Rachel. We're here to make technology easier to understand and more accessible, especially for those who might not have grown up with it. Today, we're tackling a big question. How do you choose the right smartphone for your needs?
That's right. There are so many options today: iPhones, Androids, different screen sizes, cameras, battery life, and it can feel overwhelming. But don't worry. We're going to walk you through everything you need to know so you can make an informed decision without all the tech jargon getting in the way.
And the best part? We're not just talking specs and features. We'll discuss real world use cases, common concerns, and even practical tips to get the most out of your phone once you have it.
So grab a cup of coffee, find a comfy chair, and let's dive in. The first and most important step in choosing a smartphone is understanding what you need from it. Let's be honest. Technology isn't one size fits all.
Exactly. Some people just want a simple phone to make calls and send texts, while others want to stay connected through video calls, emails, social media, and even mobile banking.
So let's break it down. Ask yourself these questions. Do I need a phone primarily for communication, calls, texts, and video chats? Do I plan to use apps like Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp to stay connected with family? Will I use my phone for entertainment, like watching videos, reading the news, or listening to music? Do I need a phone with accessibility features, like larger text, voice commands, or hearing aid compatibility?
And don't forget about comfort. Some people prefer a smaller phone that's easy to hold, while others need a larger screen for better readability. That's a big factor in choosing the right device.
Great point. Another thing to consider is how often you'll be using the phone. If you only use it occasionally, you might not need a high end device. But if you'll be on it every day for emails, video calls, and browsing, it's worth investing in something that won't feel slow or outdated in a year.
All right, let's address one of the biggest decisions. Should you get an iPhone or an Android phone?
Here's one of the most common questions we hear. iPhones are made exclusively by Apple, while Android phones are made by different manufacturers like Samsung, Google, and Motorola.
Let's talk about the pros and cons of each. iPhones are known for being extremely user-friendly. They have a consistent design, regular software updates, and excellent security.
Yes, and if you already have an Apple product like an iPad or Mac, an iPhone will sync effortlessly with them. Everything connects through your Apple ID.
On the other hand, Android phones come in a wide variety of models and price ranges. You'll find more choices in terms of screen sizes, battery capacities, and features.
And Android phones are often more customizable. If you like adjusting settings and tweaking things to your preference, an Android gives you more control.
But there's a trade-off. Because Android phones are made by different companies, they don't all get updates at the same time. Some budget Android phones stop getting updates after a couple of years, while iPhones tend to get updates for 5+ years.
A good rule of thumb: if you want simplicity and long term software support, go with an iPhone. If you want flexibility and more options at different price points, go Android.
Let's move on to screen size. This is an important factor, especially for readability and ease of use.
Smartphones today range from compact models with 5.5-inch screens to large ones with 6.8-inch displays. A bigger screen can make text and buttons easier to see, but it also means a larger device to hold.
If you struggle with small text, look for phones that allow you to increase text size in the accessibility settings. iPhones and most Androids have this option.
Also, consider screen brightness. A phone with a brighter display is easier to see in direct sunlight. OLED and AMOLED screens tend to have better contrast and color quality than LCD screens.
A great example of a senior-friendly screen size is the Samsung Galaxy A series or the iPhone 15 Plus, which both have large, vibrant displays that are easy on the eyes.
Let's talk about something we all care about: battery life. Nobody wants to be stuck with a phone that dies halfway through the day.
Right. Battery life is measured in milliamp hours, mAh, and generally, the higher the number, the longer the battery lasts. Most modern phones last between 12 to 24 hours on a full charge.
Here are some features to look for. Fast charging allows your phone to charge up to 50% in about 30 minutes. Wireless charging, no cables needed. Just place your phone on a charging pad. Battery saver mode helps extend battery life when you're low on power.
One simple tip: if your battery drains quickly, lower your screen brightness and close unused apps running in the background.
If you love taking photos or doing video calls, camera quality is something to consider.
Most smartphones today have decent cameras, but if you want sharp, high quality photos, look for at least a 12 megapixel camera with image stabilization.
For video calls, check the front camera specs too. A good front camera will make Zoom and FaceTime calls clearer.
Smartphones can be expensive, but you don't need the latest and greatest model to get a good experience.
Refurbished phones are a great way to save money while still getting a high quality device. Just make sure to buy from a reputable seller.
That's a wrap. We hope this episode helps you feel more confident about choosing the right smartphone.
Thanks for joining us. Next time on Centennial Tech, we'll walk you through setting up your new phone.